Kylian Mbappe ne Gonzalo Higuain Gonzalo Garcia adwuma no so maja bia Alonso na mehu ade bi so timi yes ade na adwuma no be fufufu kra de ama no Vinicius timi nya ball left the same place na Mbappe go fatu to tama na Gonzalo Garcia gina park no so there were certain counter attacks Vinicius nya ball no timi say was Kylian Mbappe somebody needs to be in the box na Kylian Mbappe asa drift aba no abebe bia Vinicius so no ma ball 1-2 another na fa so ba ko bi no abiem ko say hey nobody in the penalty box. These same things kept on happening under Carlo Ancelotti last season. She game sa Kylian Mbappe here discipline on number 9. Any goals or share in that game. Any nyoma etimi boama Real Madrid etimi nya in that games. Now I think Real Madrid needs City Champions League round of 16. Adam Becker has said that is the first time in so many months I don't know Real Madrid abought a game and players now disciplined. Because most of the time I'm be chat to be our answer or move overcrowded on the left. But that game no kwano or more overcrowded on the left. No more or match chip. The games are Real Madrid playing so well. And see so more overcrowded on the left. Kylian Mbappe 2 minutes ki 12 bi anu abaho. No abese fancy. Alonso also ultimate will be. Gonzalo Garcia and I had you are press it. Kylian Mbappe bem na press ni so ate. I'm not saying Kylian Mbappe is a bad player. And I mean can't say he's the worst player. But if Alonso can get Kylian Mbappe disciplined in and out of position, possession.
To me, 101.3.
Fancy. Let me say Obe breathe another quality player. I me say Ballon d'Or ne be ben in Chibia. Dancy who ni say. Ayi ka say me Real Madrid second goalkeeper Ukra Garcia, right? Or ka say me about Kiko Garcia. He was speaking about Kiko Garcia. He was speaking about the influence of Zinedine Zidane on Cristiano Ronaldo ne Benzema. Or say Zinedine Zidane ba dressing room no. The aura around him no cry ma Ronaldo ne Benzema decided said they will need to do things above their levels to get results for Real Madrid. One, Baku is staying true to your position, adapting to coaching the philosophy, and then the tactics, and being disciplined. We saw that with Benzema. We saw that with Cristiano Ronaldo. It is your team, no. Cristiano Ronaldo ne Benzema, but Benzema on your nine. Because Benzema ne more ten now, Ujano Konai ho. And a castle on your be from wings are Ujano Konai ho. There be. Ronaldo also stay true to the position. Yes, men are 1 9 no. Michel goes so the important positions be I'll be there.
Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe being disciplined and Xabi Alonso will even bring the best out of him. Me who say baby Adru no. Omumi no it's an affair that needs to work. If it works, Real Madrid benefits. If it doesn't work, a best strike confusion. Because Alonso now no might not be able to sacrifice what Gonzalo Garcia gives the team for Kylian Mbappe. And yes, I know so. You say Mbappe ni Vinicius che.
Because I know when he be say Vini Munina by trade defender.
What you say? Vini no kwa fa so ba chire. And now to me move ko central in now. Vini di no o lusu ball na e wo so obeba. Be na Kylian Mbappe oba mo a ye fa ni say bia wa yare no akwa aba. It will pick the ba. But from what we saw from last season, any nkoma Luis Enrique e de ne tena dem ni di ye no. Ye nyina ye nim say adwuma o Kylian Mbappe out of possession. We all know. And then they are new to us. But I'm only trying to mean say the quality ne kutano no. And also on Alonso no a keke out of possession, in possession, discipline and consistency. Real Madrid the Janebe so say ta. Arsenal a better easy.
Yeah.
These are the signings our Arsenal fans will love to hear. Fans, it's not because of anything. But the level of consistency, I wing a bit to say a very easy. Ebo Crystal Palace or the Momo. Now imagine so the Beba Arsenal. At Crystal Palace, Wabo as a right winger, Wabo as an attacking midfielder, Wabo as a left winger. But the best position pa me minimum near so both left winger. Because a quality player, silky. And even in the number 10 role, when be a Odegaard, there are certain games you wouldn't need Odegaard so much. There are certain games so abe here Odegaard. Game a won here Odegaard we betimi abo 10 na mo bi abo 11. Game a Odegaard we betimi abo 11. Game a Saka plan we betimi so abo 7. And or a quality player that can match up the numbers of various wingers in the Premier League. Fancy, last season Nkwano involved in 25 goals and assists. 14 goals, 11 assists. Shego Osheno the FA Cup. Basically, he was the reason why Crystal Palace won the competition.
I say, Ostatia Jumana no Akwakowie.
Ostatia Jumana no Akwakowie. Last season, North actually basically involved in around 14 goals. So the numbers keeps on increasing. And also, football PKS in the DBS say 27, 28, 29. Now he's around there 24. But when you're 24, quality signing. These are signings you expect to hear. So these teams are going in for. Manchester United £4. Komono Mudi about Sancho Biano Mofanje Douglas Luiz. Vlahovic own team more Manchester United.
Say.
Fancy. Vlahovic in team more Manchester United.
I didn't hear.
1. The attitude. 2. The salary. 3. The output. Whatever United needs in their striker, as a centre forward, number 9 is say, you know. And your ball, bonne laziness, billion your mabio. Baby United did not say no. I can't understand how much has in it. While and Momo 1 season is uncount. Homo fan count. Another player count Timoria. Fancy Timoria on your Manchester United in your man. The reason why United must look at Douglas Luiz.
Better cheers is 27.
27, okay.
27 years.
Thank you very much. Fancy.
So
amateur. So he's not a young guy or amateur. Thank you very much. Fancy. Share the other part of Douglas Luiz in the experience in the Premier League. Share United midfield ne mueha. E mueha pa. Ope Ugarte ni Casemiro unya de ope. Ope Ugarte ni Bruno unya de ope. Ope Casemiro ni Bruno unya de ope. Kobimenu ni Bruno ni etwi form so sa. This guy knows the Premier League.
Okay.
It's just that the Italian Serie A and Juventus ain't teaming bringing the best out of him.
Come on, the Sancho no kwa momon fanje Douglas Luiz.
Perfect.
Mate.
What's your midfield?
Mate. Well, meza me da say, Mike.
Francie, Medase, on the transfer front, a bit of clarity on the Thomas Partey situation. Sharak and Moya. Once a day, Mecheche Moa say why Partey might perhaps leave Arsenal. No? It goes beyond just the money, and then perhaps play any future. So there's a clarity. Partey jai Arsenal Boboko no, not because Arsenal phone to mean to ya. The discussion centered on Sika or GCCA, you know. Sani Adebema. And I told you, Partey is one of the highest earners in the Arsenal squad. So Arsenal were willing to continue with such a wage structure. But it was about cementing your future. Club Nesi Abema won with an option of another year. Which club Nene what the sole prerogative said or best sanction. The player also felt he has a lot to offer, and at the age of 32, say Obetna Arsenal no know what was what. He needs more guarantees about the future, not just 1+1. Now one Obeboy we na fe no Obedream why away. Eventually was not going to work. Club no feel say a your policy. Player no so feel say I have a lot more to offer. Coach ne de ankonya ya nkope. They should give Partey beyond 3 years because at that time, Yebiama Granija campaign. Enya dia Emson ye. If he trusts and relies on the player, then he will push for the player to be given an extended period. But Arsenal also feel say no. In as much as they need to compete on the pitch, they should be measured or more approacher or more the year in terms of the squad building. Send every year amongst the players and more so. No music asem no enfo monko into a precarious state. I say baby eyes or mo ya chiro mo anisa. And so that is how Partey is free. Now, this is my opinion. Was a much the reality in my way. The opinion I have is Arsenal are missing out on a valuable asset. Player or a lot to offer, but I don't think he's needed. Say, if Partey was a need, a necessity, Adia ye here, Arsenal would have broken whatever structure and everything, like Liverpool have done for Virgil van Dijk, like Liverpool have done for Mo Salah. There are times you make compromises, but compromise obe jai dia wo hwehwe no wati obi dia kakra e dia wo hianti ti na wo classroom so o pese wo hu ade enti na wo tie wo lecture dia wo pese wunya. Think Arsenal feel they can cope with and without Partey will have fine, but so nimu so we are good to go. So if I am offering any form of counsel, I think the best decision for Partey is to go where he's needed. Baby, I hear not where you will be tolerated, and now where they will cope with your presence. Go where you are needed. Baby, you're moving on a panel, a doors from Europe, and even outside Europe.
Okay.
I remember scenarios where Bakumyanumi and Sabi. Italy teams, Akasiano, Napoli, Inter, Juve, AC Milan, among constructed or midfield in way, someone like Partey was slot in at any of the clubs I'm about, or be an excellent job.
To the main fan say for Champions League football, it's crowded. Milan and out.
AC Milan out. Inter, Napoli, good. Now, Inter, and you're an ancient issue appear between Hakan Çalhanoğlu and Lautaro Martinez. Ni na ba Çalhanoğlu so be ko Galatasaray so onko anameboa. Good. Partey is a natural fit. Çalhanoğlu or a converted DM. Na the position angasa a Leverkusen, wherever, AC Milan. A offensive midfielder, attacking midfielder. Çalhanoğlu position no. He is a converted DM in a system that paper over the weaknesses. So more midfielder no. Barella will support. It may be a sin to watch Çalhanoğlu in the game no. Barella be cover, Mkhitaryan be cover. If you get Partey, he's a natural fit. And he will even bring the best out of midfielders no ni omobo no. Naturally he fits in as a DM, as a central midfielder. So unya Partey on the free. If Inter Milan were the financial capacity, say you bet me tuya Partey wages na mano. If there are agent fees, you bet me tuya. The best player to upgrade on Mumfin is Thomas Partey. And I dare say he will even do a better job than Çalhanoğlu has done. I'm not discrediting or disregarding the impact of Çalhanoğlu, but Partey, straight ahead, he lifts them up. Why I also suggested Italy, if not for money reasons, ASA, a trainer, players already 30 plus. Omoko korelonchi omo eyi omo hu pie. And we've seen such transfers, say a boost will be England to Italy. The Anglo-Italo transfers, it pushes such players up. Jeko Akonyane there, Lukaku Akonyane there, a tall list of players. So going to Italy offers Partey another opportunity. You consistently play in Europe, and then two, you'll still be relevant because you play in a top 5 European league. Mediania, se conditions ne yankwa dia. If an offer from Italy comes, particularly Inter Milan, Kokoje, se conditions are one ya kama J. De Bruyne, Kunjuhane ya Infanekoi, Ako Napoli. He's gone to Italy. Again, environment of Italy, a boy, players over 30 to go and then deliver. So Partey should go where he's needed, not where he will be tolerated. And again, Sika 70 pisita, he should go for it. But if Europe, now there is any transfer outside Europe, he should go. The way you want to carry him, he does not have a lot to prove. Then no better national side, Wabo World Cup, AFCON Wabobi. as it stands now, Partey is not in a position to challenge for any top individual prize in the game. Baby, I will do this here when I carry him. It is to secure one, a legacy, and then a future. Legacy and securing, it is contextual, but a future there is scar and your dean a sika to go where you will be needed. Almost so bet you the payment will match your valuation. Asa. Consistency helps. And the amount consistency ebuane say and the idea be as a home komo. Sas na nya yo mope. But Kudus a space na epe. But for consistency a better as any Kudus. Kudus no was through at the but consistency for the past 3 seasons, Eze has been on an upward trajectory of frusro. To check here, in the last 3 seasons for Crystal Palace, Obama double figures for goals or assists. Last season, 8 goals in the Premier League, 8 assists. If you add other competitions, then it means that Obama double figures for both metrics. Kudus, an excellent first season ewo West Ham to cap off senior net tier wires or the buy. But last season, any kind of certainty about the consistency of Kudus, a year for the doubt the other. Maybe some questions. Is he a player on a decline? Is he a player who cannot guarantee consistency? Maybe some questions, no, because Sawoya to aswa and a GDNia reshemu neba. And to the risk and everything, se mi yisika kwa fa player. Me mohu because wahene bebre. I'm telling you for a fact, Kudus. The reality is, he will improve any attacking position there was now. I'm repeating, Kudus. Obey improving every attacking position in the Arsenal team.
But say, baby, and say
for political reasons, yeah, Kudus umbe in Saka. But obey improving.
Yeah.
Baby, Odegaard ball prepare tafre board obebo abone more than Odegaard. Again, Martinelli or obebo. As a second striker, he was still. But what? Gideon and our bonus were then. So relatively, per the numbers I was generating in the last period, see a call bit to say as a one. He has the political advantage or a homegrown talent at near back home. English boy. 2, he is more on the rise than you are. As I know the Crystal Palace at GFA Cup, Amuko Europe. Then our year season under review. So a consistency in T and a baby Kudus form. Not a page of it say as at the Nabaso. Tier players, at times when we preach said they need that. I am never. And it's unfortunate. A bad season, a Pia Kudus down the pecking order in terms of target at clubs. Asheshe. So munya yo mope. You see them Yamal bet me the book be sende Shadrach. There was steps to stardom. There is always a scientific process towards making a product. And I say an item. The object of reference. Steps to stardom, that's no joy L. Now you will know that carefully. Yema obia nya dia ope, so that you achieve success by accident. No. Success should be done in a process manner, a procedural. Send you a procedure, no. Edem fast wo be bani akasa ade we na ye na be template. Enti when acquire the fancy fast we enti yemfa wo so mfa so saa. Na wo yire wo ho a send your fancy nya inkunimdie no sana also the ebeye. So there are steps to success. Now the stardom bit maminche chemua, if I explain you will know clearly sekwaya yama namso no eyesabia. So the first one the foundation and the skill development along the line I was here ni anecha yatetew. So basa omuhu yamal omofa no matete no Oma man the best of a year training and education. Oma building the portfolio. He's a La Masia boy. Obo wing. Yes, akode bi ni tiaba. On time to sa story no from Baza. Akode bi e fi La Masia ba. On te
be ho.
Ayana media they can say. They will build a portfolio around you. Create something. Now videos are starting p. Yama we hu ne nkwada brain videos. Otwetwe bebre no akɔhye. We hu. Ansu Fati we hu. It is a template. They follow that. Now so upeja bedru a na fe you know. They will want to help you gain visibility and then the exposure. Sa stage na Yamal remwa or free mu from the gaining of visibility and exposure. Na afe oma building to the growth of his career and then management. Just now obeshano, they will likely announce it that will be the 18 years. It is for a reason. The symbol ne say 18 udria. Yehu say we round penyin fie so transitioning from a boy to an adult utieni 17 to 18 years July 13 na Yamal enya 18 years
101.3
17 yehu say oye boy 18 he's a man Jesse number change 17 or 19 Jesse eni said any who to me bi but when he becomes the man he wears the most important number in the club's history. Afede what you say?
Yes.
Afede wabeye akwada wabeye penyin. Penyin dia ne metri no mo yedu. Ene yesade ye the club no. Ye need as we nyina kokodue ne so. Enam say Jesse number na obehye ne so a. The symbol is that he is a man now and is ready to shoulder the responsibilities. The mistake Barca did with the Ansu Fati bet. Ansu Fati, they got carried away. Now Ansu Fati, they got carried away. Mexico, you hear me be the abefem.
So we are
quickly. But if they had followed the process, they would have known that the best time to introduce Ansu Fati was when he was matured enough. Yamal, at the age of 18, he would have matured enough. He's the man now. So it fits the description. And to check it on my website now, there's what I found. Just normal turn back $200. Nti oye ohun a so betimi ato. On my throw I say important notice. Lamine Yamal mystery number. To ensure the best experience, you can purchase Lamine Yamal shirt, but it will not be delivered until its official name and number are confirmed. July 13, when they confirm, then they will start selling it. Again, the steps to stardom. There is a certain commercialization aspect attached to it. The effusions, the sensations, whatever with stadium honor. Says he can't come one fast winning. Entina Rafinha was formed by Emfa number 10 name from Mano. Yent mean Tom Rafinha do and then for a longer period send you a beton Yamal. Rafinha already saying. The origin to saying, okay, with Yamal, he is already an established order in the Spanish football system. National team nobo. Wajin Krua, okay, he's a kid from our academy. The storyline, it sells. And your emotional better you. You're driving no Messi, I say. So a clear step, no more than name. Again, that will come to the financial management of his career for its growth. Send a career nebe pejako nenim. And why an agent? The great Jorge Mendes. Contract no more sign a 2 years simple. No. Good. So that the next 6 months I am at the 18 years no. When he will be an adult or be a representative because he's in the sick no. Likely sending papa money mamo would advise. But when he's 18, he will be making most of his financial decisions on his own. He needs an agent awayebida. Mendes commercially made Ronaldo not just a football brand, but a global sporting brand. And yes, idea the commercialization of the brand Lamine Yamal. Jorge Mendes and Fanny Nim Dieno and some better no mumpia. So it is a clear step and a proper strategy by a club just to make sure say a boy will transition from a man, but not just that. He will grow from a man to a brand and a commercial success. And then Abasa,
Mate.